Welcome everyone. Today, we're diving into the art of drawing, focusing on mastering our skills through simplification and careful observation. This presentation will guide you in building strong foundations by learning how to really see what's in front of you and breaking down complex forms into manageable shapes. I'm excited to explore these techniques together and help you elevate your drawing abilities. Let's get started. When you simplify objects into basic shapes, drawing becomes much more approachable and less intimidating. It breaks down complex subjects into manageable parts that are easier to work with. This technique also helps you really understand the fundamental form and structure of what you're drawing before adding any details. By focusing on these basic shapes first, you're building a strong foundation, which is essential no matter what type of drawing you're doing. Plus, working this way boosts your accuracy and confidence, especially when you're ready to take on more intricate and detailed compositions. As artists, one of our greatest superpowers is learning to see with keen observation. It's not just about looking, but really observing the details that make our subject unique. When we train ourselves to see beyond just the outlines, we start to notice the hidden shapes, subtle connections, and intricate relationships that give a drawing depth and realism. This kind of observation also helps us capture those small, often overlooked nuances that first impressions might miss. Developing this heightened visual awareness is crucial because it fuels our growth and improvement, allowing us to continually refine our skills and create more compelling art. When we look at any object, no matter how complex, we can break it down into simple geometric shapes. The most common of these are circles, squares, and triangles. These shapes serve as the basic building blocks for everything we see. Moving beyond flat shapes, we also use three-dimensional forms like cylinders, cones, and spheres to give our drawings depth and realism. By recognizing and working with these fundamental forms, we make it much easier to tackle complicated subjects. This approach helps us focus on the core structure, making it simpler to create accurate and convincing drawings. When simplifying an object, the first step is to identify the basic shapes that make it up. Take a chair, for example. You can start by using rectangles to represent the legs and the seat, which helps establish the solid surfaces clearly. Moving on to step 2, it's important to define the rounded parts, like the supports or curved edges, by representing them as cylinders. This gives a more accurate sense of their form. Step 3 involves breaking down the complex object into these simpler components, making the whole thing much easier to visualize and draw. Finally, Step 4 encourages us to focus on the underlying structure of the object rather than getting caught up in surface details. This structural perspective is key to effectively simplifying any three-dimensional form. To sharpen your skills in simplification, try these exercises. First, pick 3 everyday objects and start by drawing their basic shapes. Focus on breaking them down into simple forms like circles, squares, or triangles before adding details. Next, observe household items around you and sketch them with an emphasis on capturing their overall shapes rather than getting caught up in fine details. Finally, use photo references to practice deconstructing objects into geometric forms, which helps you understand their underlying structure. These steps will boost your ability to recognize shapes and build your confidence in simplifying any subject. One effective way to improve your observational drawing is to practice contour drawing without looking at your paper. This technique sharpens your hand-eye coordination by forcing you to focus solely on the subject, rather than the marks you're making. Another key tip is to observe your subject slowly and deliberately. Taking your time helps you accurately capture shapes and proportions, rather than rushing and missing important details. It's also important to study your references carefully, pay close attention to the negative space, the empty areas between objects, as this can help you better understand relationships within the composition. Finally, sketching regularly is essential. The more you practice, the more you develop your visual memory, which in turn improves your drawing precision over time. Together, these habits will greatly enhance your ability to see and draw what's truly there. To grow as an artist, it's crucial to stay consistent and practice regularly. That steady effort is what truly drives improvement in your drawing skills. When you sketch daily, focus on simplifying what you see and really observing the forms and shapes around you. This helps build a strong foundation. As you get more comfortable, start challenging yourself with more complex subjects. Don't rush, add details gradually as your confidence and understanding improve. Remember, persistence is key. By keeping this up, you'll see real progress and develop a deeper insight into your art.